Hey everybody, Dave Nassani here. 5 minutes of Dave's Hammock Wisdom, caregiverdave.com. I want to talk about today, how do you take away a caregiver's pain? I spoke to a caregiver in tremendous pain yesterday. His mother has dementia. She's an alcoholic. A lot of her dementia is brought about by her alcoholism. And he's trying to tell her about the coronavirus, how she needs to stay inside, not go outside to liquor stores buying her wine, and how she needs to wash her hands, etc. Left notes all around the house, to do all these things in every room. And as soon as he gets home, maybe 30 minutes later, she calls him and says, "Hey, all these notes are here, and I think my caregiver left them for me." And that's how bad her dementia is. She didn't even remember 30 minutes ago that he did all this. And yet he feels so bad. He feels so guilty. He feels so responsible. Can any of you relate out there? What do you do? Sometimes it's hard to come up with the right answer because every story is different. And every story has a pain point. And I know what he's talking about. I was there with my mother-in-law, and she was stubborn. She wouldn't listen, and she was in denial that she even had dementia, as this woman is. So I'm just putting it out there for you, fellow caregivers. Maybe you have come across this, and maybe you have figured it out. But basically all you can do is tell them the practical things, because obviously she is ready for a facility. When a woman can't remember that badly, it's time to make sure she's not alone. And even for periods of time. And I know that was the case with my mother-in-law as well. And she was in her home way too long because it's just too hard. It's hard enough taking keys away when they want to drive, but moving them from their home to a facility, that's got to be the hardest thing. And so I told him the usual things, sometimes you have to trick them and tell them they're going for a ride and let's make this one stop, and then you put them in there, and it's not pretty, it's not pleasant. They're yelling at you, they're accusing you of God knows what. It's not an easy decision. And even with me and my mother-in-law, we waited until, we didn't really wait, but we didn't want to do anything because it was so unpleasant. But when she had to go into the hospital for a heart thing, I told the doctor, listen, she is not going back home. This is our opportunity to move her directly from this hospital to a nursing home. But maybe you can't afford a nursing home. Maybe, she needs to be on Medicaid. And so there are ways and things that you can do to prepare for that. Don't wait until your loved one is in this kind of situation. You need to start preparing them to get on Medicaid now so that when this happens, it can be less of a struggle, less of a difficult decision. Okay? Thing with caregivers, they always like to wait till the last minute. So there's so many different aspects of this story. The only thing I can say is it would have been easier if things were done earlier. But caregivers don't like to do things earlier. They're putting fires out. My friend is very busy. He's an entrepreneur. There's never enough time to just devote to figuring out how to get Medicaid. So put in your feedback on here. Like I said, there's no easy answer. God bless you all. Be safe out there with coronavirus. Wash your hands. 6 feet away, elbow bumps, no shaking hands. God bless you all. Bye-bye. We're going to make this.